Everybody is important. A doctor needs a teacher to graduate. A rich man needs a security man to be safe. The president needs a country of people with lower status than himself to rule. It is a word of contrast. Things only make meaning when they can be related to one another. That is with something of the opposite quality. So nobody is actually better than another. It is just how life functions. That some have to be up and some will be down to create a balance. For there to be high, a low must exist first. Up must come before down can have a meaning. Big and small are relative words. How big is big and how small is small is determined by what you are comparing it to. So, something has to be small for big to be definable and vice versa. In human society, for example, if everybody is rich, the word poor won't have a meaning. We can't define it. If everybody is tall, short will not have a meaning. It is this existence of opposites that creates both meaning and value. Now, let's talk about value. Scarcity is what creates value. For example, if nobody is poor, charity organizations won't have value, so they won't even exist. Also, philanthropists won't have value because they won't have a chance to be givers. If nobody is struggling, motivators won't have value. They will not have a stage because there will be nobody to attend their programs. They won't have an audience to listen to them. Again, if nobody is lost or can get lost, why would there be a guide? There must be the possibility of getting lost and being found for seekers to have value and guides to have value. If there are no mysteries and puzzles to be solved, there will be no solution to arrive at, and solution will neither exist nor be valuable nor be sought for. Again, consider this. If everybody was a leader, who would be a follower? Both leadership and followership won't have a meaning or be valuable. In other words, in their own right, everybody is important. Even a man as small as an ant is as important as a giant. That is why it doesn't take a giant to kill a Goliath. It takes only a small boy like David, because in the first place, the small and the great are equal. A poor man is as important as a rich man, because without the poor, the rich man cannot exist. But this is counterintuitively complex for some of us to grasp, because we are used to monetizing everything and thinking that money is everything. Let us use this simple analogy. If you are selling, you need people to buy what you are selling. If your buyers are not coming, you will never make money and you will be poor. And your goods will spoil and perish. So where do you get your importance from? It is in meeting the needs of those who buy from you. So their needs is your abundance. Their lack is your supply. Therefore, your importance, wealth, and greatness, etc., is their collective importance, wealth, greatness, etc. That is why your network is your net worth. You are as big as the number of persons or people your life is touching positively. Without those who are less privileged, the privileges of the privileged becomes useless. A teacher is useless if there are no students who do not know what he knows. A barber is useless if there are no bushy hairs to cut. A pastor is useless if there are no spiritual problems to deal with. And an evangelist is useless if there are no sinners to preach to. A company that makes keys and padlock is useless if there are no thieves and burglars to work against. Policemen are useless and lawyers are also useless if there are no criminals, if there are no people that break the law around. At the end of the day, you just discover that what you see as a problem is actually an opportunity to be useful in the world. Every problem arises to make somebody useful. So you should actually go around looking for problems to solve and thanking God that you found one or two that you could solve. Finally, train yourself to solve a problem. Your job, your ministry, your vocation, etc. should first and foremost be problem-solving platforms before becoming a profit-making ventures. Your education should be a preparation for you to solve a problem in future. Once you can see problem as an opportunity to be useful, you see that there is no problem in the world. There are only challenges waiting for somebody's usefulness to find them. Your usefulness comes from people's neediness. If people don't fall sick, how can medical doctor be needed? How can nurses and pharmacists make a living? Just imagine a world where these things don't exist. What will we be doing with our energy? You see that everything will be boring and there will be nothing to do. So sickness is only a problem when the cure doesn't exist. Hunger must exist to make food have a desirable taste. So hunger is not a problem. It is a phase created so that satisfaction can have a meaning. If that is the case, what then is wrong with ugliness, sadness, hunger, death, failure, and all those negative things that we run away from? There is nothing wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with them if there is prospect or solution nearby. Therefore, problems do not really exist. It is solution that is scarce. The greatest problem is the scarcity of solution. I say it again, problems do not exist. It is solution that is scarce. The greatest problem is the scarcity of solution. Thank you for listening to this video. I want you to like and share and comment. Until we meet again in the next video. Bye.